was a father that posted a photo of their child in the bathtub where you couldn't see everything, but you could see enough, and it said on the top of it, they have no idea what's going to happen to them tonight. And then underneath there was comments with other people saying what they were going to do to this person's child.
Oh my God.
And at this point, remember, I have access to their server and they don't know it. So after I spoke to my attorney, who told me, hey, you did break federal law, like, if you report this, you're risking going to prison. But I was just thinking to myself, if I bring this to trial, what jury is going to convict me? Yeah. I mean, I just don't think, guilty or not, I'm willing to take my chances. So I reached out to my attorney, reached out to another attorney in Virginia, since he was a guy trying to run for Congress. I spoke to over 10 news stations. I have some of the calls recorded with them. Everybody was interested in this story. They thought it was amazing. As soon as it got to legal, not one of them posted this story. Even when I said, remove my name from it, remove any of the info I obtained illegally from it, just alert people that this website exists on the internet, nobody posted it. So I got an FBI report tip line number. I think it was the website ic3.gov. It's an Internet Complaint Center report number. So I got that. The kicker, which is what got me started in this, after all of that, is 6 months later, I'm watching the news, or I'm reading the news online. I see Nathaniel Larson arrested at an airport at a layover with a 12-year-old girl that he kidnapped and raped. And they were fully aware of what he was doing. They're fully aware of the 3,000 other people that I caught on the website with their IP addresses, their emails, their chat history, everything about them.
Wow.
A case, on a golden platter for any district attorney.
They're just letting this slide.
And nothing happened. They didn't even bring up his websites in the news articles.
Wow, that's so crazy. I mean, it's not really crazy. So I'm just reading the comment now, or the description now. It says, wild story about how he came across and hacked into a pedophilic website. And this is so gross. Honestly, it's just really gross. Where people are literally, they're doing this stuff. But what he's saying is even worse. That not just that there are people doing this stuff, but the people who can do something about it legally and put these people away don't care. They're not doing anything about it. And it's crazy because we have all of this like idea about, the system is just, and there's people in authority, they're gonna take care of things and all this. Like, this should tell you no one cares about you or your child in the way that you can. Right? It is completely 100% your responsibility. And so you have to look at it, unfortunately, or, fortunately, you have to look at it as if no one else is going to do anything on behalf of you or your child, or take care of your child or anything like that. You have to take care of all of those things. And when you do, the beautiful thing about that is then you're completely in control. There's a lot of talk. Like I always see whenever I'm talking about like homeschooling or anything like that, people will always like to bring up, yeah, but there are some crazy people that homeschool. But it completely misses the fact that if you homeschool, you're the one in control. And if you're not a crazy person, then great, you can take care of your child to the fullest extent. That is a huge point that people just gloss over when they're talking about like, oh, there's so many abuses that could happen in homeschooling and all this. But that is if you are the parent, so that's like if somebody else out there, sure, that's crazy, that's terrible, we wouldn't want that to happen, right? But if you are the parent, you're not going to do that to your kid. I don't expect you to, right? And so if you're watching this and you're as grossed out by this as I am, well, then the only remedy is making sure that you're not putting basically, if you're watching this and you're as grossed out as I am, you're not going to do this to your kid. Right? So obviously, you should be taking as much responsibility as possible and not expecting anyone outside of you to really to take care of your child in the way that you think they should be taking care of your child, or that society would expect them. Not teachers, not government employees, not lawyers, not attorneys, no one outside of you and those that you trust, ostensibly your spouse, right? But no one outside of you really is going to do everything that they can for your children. I know I'm kind of rambling, but really the reality is no one outside of you is going to take care of your children in the way that you can. And so you have to step up all the way, way more than you might think you have to. But you have to take that full responsibility. And when you do, then you can be in control of all these things and make sure that your child has the best education, the best nutrition. They are never abused. You have control over that. You do. That doesn't mean you're not going to make mistakes. That doesn't mean you can't mess up, or you have to be absolutely perfect from here on out and you can never make a mistake. But you have that ability to take it all the way, right? And that may sound challenging, and it is challenging, but it's worth it. And it's probably not as challenging as you might think. It's probably less challenging than growing up with regret. It's less work than growing up feeling like you could have done more and you didn't. Do everything that you can. That's it.